Real with Team Pisces. We in the build done. But first, I want to give a shout out to all my fellow Pisceans out there. Gang, you already know. We in the build done. Also want to give a shout out to all my two twos and three threes, and my two twos and my three threes, and my 777s. And shout out to any other angelical numerical numbers that I may have forgot to mention. Also want to thank everybody for coming out to support the channel. Thank you. And those of you that are new, welcome to the channel. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and don't forget to click that bell notification to be notified of my upcoming videos and content. And we're going to jump right in. And also, feel free to donate for those of you that can do so. I would appreciate it. It helps grows the channel and whatnot and keeps me going to give you guys this great content. Now, we're going to talk about Scorpio versus Gemini. Now, basically, in this segment, we're going to discuss which one is the real enemy for Pisces. And I'm going to give you guys 20 traits and how to handle them. Now, as you guys know, as Pisces, like I say, if you ever dealt with a Scorpio or a Gemini, you already know what's up because, hey, when it comes to these two signs, yes, they can make life interesting, okay? We're going to keep it, I'm going to say we're going to keep it cute. See, I ain't gonna go all in like but don't get it twisted because like I say, I will reveal the worst traits for the Scorpio and Gemini. Now, for you guys in the chat, let me know which one is actually the worst sign out of Scorpio and Gemini for you. I'd like to know. Now, let's talk about this. See, Scorpio and Gemini, as you guys know, these are the most dangerous signs for Pisces, believe it or not. Even though Scorpio is your fellow water sign, hey, it's the most dangerous water sign for you, Pisces. Now, when it comes to spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and energetically, this applies to us. Now, I'm going to break it down. See, let's talk about the worst traits of Scorpio. Now, Pisces, you got to watch out for Scorpio because, hey, they like to sting. And it's for a reason. Now, the first reason is because of the silent resentment. See, Scorpio doesn't like to let you see them strike. So, in other words, they like to throw rocks and hide their hands. And when it comes to the silent resentment, see, Scorpio, they never forget. See, that's the problem. They never forget, which means they never forgive. So they internalize everything. Now, when you, let's say like they internalize everything, including, hey, you could step on their shoes, not call them right back. Any little thing will bother them and get to them. Like I said, they'll internalize everything. So you can imagine you being a Pisces, you're gonna set off a Scorpio very easily. Just because you don't respond quick enough, or hey, maybe you decided, hey, that you wasn't going to include the Scorpio in any of your activities for the day. But believe it or not, they will get upset very quickly. Now, Pisces, if you have a friend, or let's say you're in a relationship with a Scorpio, and you may oftentimes experience this, well, hey, in order to fix this, don't try to make peace. Don't try to make peace with a Scorpio because it won't work. You gotta let them cool down. See, just as when you first meet them, they can appear to be an ice block, which takes them time to warm up to a situation or a new person. So do this when it comes to trying to make peace with them. You just gotta simply just let them cool down. What's going on, Ronnie Boo? Welcome. What's going on? Now, we talking about Scorpio and Gemini. So I'm gonna explain why these two zodiac signs is the worst for Pisces. They're considered to be the most dangerous for a Pisces. Now, the next reason is the emotional manipulation. See, that oftentimes Gemini and Scorpio thrive on, but I say this, it's you will experience more emotional manipulation coming from Scorpio. Okay, these traits that I'm naming right now, these are for the Scorpio, and the emotional manipulation is deadly. Like I say, Scorpio is not is nothing like a Cancer. So a Scorpio can guilt trip you, Pisces. See, and when it comes to a Scorpio guilt tripping you, Pisces, they could twist your words and they can do this subtly. So it's like you could say something to a Scorpio, you gotta be very careful what you say to them because they like to twist things. And the only way you can fix this, Pisces, is you have to use boundaries when you're dealing with Scorpio. See, you have to use boundaries, not emotions. Let me see. Still, boss, what's going on? No, we ain't doing none, doing none of that. What's going on, Fred? It said, why does a girl listen to her messy friend try to get her to turn against? Said, I don't understand that. That's crazy. What's their zodiac signs? Um, that can actually be a big part, play a big part in a situation like that. Now, so the best way to fix that when you dealing with a Scorpio, because a Scorpio is very emotional and it's quick to, it's quick to anger. So like I say, they internalize things, and they don't give you the benefit of the doubt. It all depends on how the Scorpio takes it. Definitely, it said, let me see here. What the heck? Uh, yeah. So when it comes to the next one, so when you're dealing with a Scorpio, like I say, just use and you're a Pisces, and like I say, you have to deal with one. Let's say you're married to one and you having issues with one. Like I say, use boundaries, not emotions. And the next one is the fact of jealousy. And this is a big one. It's very hard to deal with anybody that's jealous because a jealous person will feel some type of way regardless. It's really nothing you could do about it to stop it. Now, one thing about Scorpio now, aside from other zodiac signs, is that Scorpio gets jealous fast. It doesn't take much to get a Scorpio jealous. Hell, you can fart too loud and that can make a Scorpio jealous. You can something that you can't control about yourself and it could just be in your genes. A Scorpio could get jealous about that. Like something that you can't even control. Like, and hell, you will almost feel naked when okay, put it like this. You'll almost feel naked when you're around a Scorpio because it's almost like every little thing that you do bothers them. So it's like they will be nitpicky and, dissatisfied with anything that you do that makes them feel uncomfortable. Any, from the tiniest the petty slights, they take everything as a slight or, a jab at their ego and they'll come after you, you see. And sometimes, the crazy part about it, when you're a Pisces, you don't even see a Scorpio coming for you. It's almost like they do something to you, and then that's your wake up call. They'll find a way to try to hurt you, out of spite to, justify their feelings for feeling jealous. Or what Scorpios like to do is they like to sabotage. You got to understand they're pulling from the opposite polarity of Taurus. So as you guys know, when you're dealing with a Taurus and they're angry, what are they gonna do? They're gonna sabotage. You see, same thing happens with Scorpios. Scorpios will they'll lean towards sabotaging your situation in order for them to feel better that they were the ones that caused it. You see, so if a Scorpio caused you to lose something that they were jealous of, that they were jealous in the first place about, you best believe they're gonna have a field go. They're gonna have a field day with the fact that you losing something at the spite of them. So it's really, really, really dangerous when you dealing with somebody like this because it shows you that they have no self control. They have no integrity. They have no respect or self respect. Because a Scorpio will hurt themselves. See, they can be prone to abusing drugs and alcohol and just doing things too, and it could be on a intense level to the point where they're not just having one glass of wine, they drinking like two, three, four glasses of wine a night, or with the liquor, and vice versa. Now, see, the problem is, even if you're glowing, okay, let's say you've been in the gym, you've been working out, and you got a Scorpio friend, or you're in a relationship with a Scorpio woman, married, whatever your situation is. What do you think is gonna happen? What do you think? How do you think that Scorpio is gonna feel by you working on yourself? See, by you taking time out to enhance your glow, sitting in the sauna for 15 minutes a day, and see how you're not even doing anything wrong. And you guess what? Just by you working on yourself, that Scorpio will get jealous just because, oh, you're trying to better yourself. You're trying to transform, you're trying to do something. See, they are the type of people that if they don't have any type of say so in your situation, if it's not them telling you to, hey, you should do this, because I'm gonna tell you one thing, one secret is that there's not many Scorpios that would give you just sound advice, or try to push you to do something to transform your life. A lot of times they do the opposite. See, they'll tear you down. They'll bully you. They'll do things in a different light that is more related to like the dark side. It's more wicked. So it's like they'll do something evil to you, and then that will be the reason why, oh, you will be motivated to change from that type of, friendship or relationship. Now, let me see. Fred said, why in the world do Scorpios act like that? And are the men worse than the women? That's a good question, Fred. When it comes to I would say both. I would say both are bad. Both are bad for Pisces for different reasons. Okay, so let me give you guys an example. So one time I was given a Lyft ride, and I had a passenger, and I just so happened we was just having a conversation, and I said, "Hey, what's your sign?" She was like, "Scorpio," and I said, "Hey, I got a question for you." I said, "If somebody is, let's say someone is vulnerable, let's say someone maybe doesn't know their way around the city, let's say they just flew into the city, and hey, they need someone to show them around." I said, "Hey, would you take advantage of someone that doesn't know, where to go or what to do?" You know what that Scorpio woman said? She said, "Hell yeah, I'll take advantage of that person." So she said it's not her fault if you don't know what's going on. That's not her problem. That's not her responsibility. So that's how I'm telling you, like, it's intense when see, you gotta look at Scorpio in a different light. This is someone that is very, very hell bent on control and power. See, and in that power and control is more about dominating the situation. See, and also dominating that emotion, between you and that person, because a Scorpio wants to dominate, and you got to understand, when it comes to Scorpio, it's more related to the dark side. Like I said, it's more eccentric, it's more uh related to the occult. See, the darkness, BDSM, and like things of like torture and pain, and trying to use pain as a weapon. See, because when the difference between Pisces and Scorpio is, Pisces is more about alchemizing a situation in order to make the best of it. In order to change a person in a form that's more related to like healing. See, healing from the pain, where Scorpio likes to inflict pain. So when a Scorpio is conflicted within themselves eternally, they're going to project and use the pain of which they feel as a weapon. They'll transmute the pain that they feel through perception, and then they can just turn around and use projection and make you feel shittier than them. See, it's like they're just using the pain as ammunition. So you got to be careful because in its arsenal with Scorpio, the type of blows and attacks that come from them are very heavy. See, they're not for the weak because a Scorpio can say something in such a way that can just hurt you to the core. See, and that could, like I say, that could just be the fact that they could take advantage of you in a situation where you're like, hey, that's not fair. Like you might feel like, damn, why can't nobody I like I say, you have a better chance in a safer time with this with a Cancer. See, a Cancer will be honest with you for the most part. I ain't say it'll be 100% perfect or but you when it comes to someone being helpful, you'll have a better time with a Cancer. A Cancer, if you're lost, a Cancer might even take you somewhere where you can find your way around easier, especially if they can't help you themselves. They'll even take you to the gas station, give you a road map to follow or something. They'll help you out with an honest effort. But when you're dealing with a Scorpio, you know, Scorpio another thing about Scorpio that's evil and wicked is that they'll laugh. See, they get put it like this: they get off on the inside jokes. They laugh a lot about things that they do because they know that they shouldn't be doing it. See, and you got to watch them because everything that they do is subtle. See, and it's unsettling. You got to know that that's what Scorpios attract. Like a magnet, they attract a lot of situations, and it's going to reveal the mask. Okay, so put it like this: let's say when you wear a mask, Scorpio is going to do something that's very unsettling, and it's going to show how you really feel. See, in the moment, you won't be able to put a mask on around a Scorpio because you have to be in order to. The best word for me to use is in order to defeat a Scorpio to where they can't they can't overpower you or take control of you or to because I'm gonna tell you this is the deep thing about it. Scorpios like to think for you. Okay, could you imagine someone that doesn't want you to think for yourself? That's cold blooded. Scorpios, they like to plant the seed of doubt into your mind that you can't do it yourself. And then how they manipulate you is by doing things for you. See, to get you hooked on, the codependence and to rely on them. See, and then as soon as you rely on them, that's when they pull back on you and they sting you. And then it's like, oh, you might actually have to do something for yourself. But now, put it like this: you're hooked on the Scorpio helping you out because they always volunteered. And I'm gonna give you guys. I'm gonna share a testimony, a story about me and a Scorpio that I used to work with. And the funny thing is that he used to always offer to do things. He used to always, you know, offer to do things. We work together as a team, and oftentimes he'll say, "Hey, I'll go do, the city tours at night. Don't worry about it. Hey, I'll knock the reports out. I'll do the shift change. The shift change." And I never told him that any of those tasks were hard or difficult. I never showed him any dissatisfaction that as if I didn't want to do it. He was offering to do those things because he thought he was slick. See, so the whole thing behind him not allowing me to do those particular tours is that he didn't want me to get good at it. See, if you have no practice, so let's just say you started a job and you have absolutely no, experience doing it. He just simply didn't want me to get good at it, to where I wouldn't need him around, so he was afraid that I would pass him up. So that's why he offered to do things for me. And I actually think it's a pretty strategic, slick thing to do. But you gotta understand with ill will intentions. See, with a Scorpio, they might have the wrong motives and intentions of why they're helping you. But you know what's the craziest part and the dark side to it is the fact that this man, he did all of this with a smile. He always said, kind words, such as thank you, you're very welcome. He'd used all those big time, the gestures, kind gestures, and people will fall for it. They really thought this man was a helpful individual just because he was always willing to do things by volunteering. But this is the thing. He was only volunteering to do things that he wanted to do. See, he was trying to be slick, like, oh, I'll just volunteer to do something that he knows that is easier for him to do, but he's trying to make it seem like it's something hard for you. He just wants to hurry up and get through the night by, doing the ones that he want to do. See how slick, how manipulative that is? And when Pisces are around Scorpio, I say this, Pisces basically shows Scorpio, you ain't got to do all that. If you simply just want to do a tour, if you want to go, hey, if you want to go lock all the red doors, just say that. Don't lie and say, don't try to make it seem like, oh, I'm a volunteer and do the green doors, or basically what I'm saying is like, just be honest, Scorpio. You don't gotta lie and try to be slick. But here's the thing: Scorpio doesn't like to be told what to do. They don't like to be given orders. They don't like to be at the mercy, or let's say someone else is deciding for them or suggesting to them of what they should do. They hate that. See, so they rather bolt and volunteer to do everything. And here's the catch. So I let them, because as a Pisces, you are very observant. So you will have you will have to learn a Scorpio anyway. So you're not gonna every Scorpio is different in their personality, of course, but you still have to learn each Scorpio as it thrives, And once you start to see how they move, then that's when you can say, okay, I don't have to have the representative here any longer. See? Because now I know how this Scorpio moving, and that's what I did was I had to observe him and watch him. And I wasn't convinced or, easily swayed by his words, his kind gestures. I wasn't swayed by how he was talking to everybody. I wasn't falling for it. I was like, you know, to really see how somebody is, I'm talking about the authentic, the real deal to a person, you have to watch them. You cannot listen to, hey, don't just be easily fooled by the way they speak. Because a person could be slick and conniving and have the best of words, best choice of words, very smooth operator, gift of gab, and just, hey, they could just talk a good game and everything just sounds good, makes you feel good when they speak to you. Don't fall for it. Because Scorpio try to come off as your friend. The whole time they be jealous of you and trying to destroy you, and you just have no idea because they don't show their hand. See, they just sting you and then they just leave you. See, they just leave you in the dark. Now, this is what I'm say. When even in your glow, even in your intuition, see, a Scorpio will get jealous. The worst thing that I ever did around a Scorpio was just shed light into my intuition of what I thought about situations. This Scorpio, he just tried to twist my words and tried to say like, oh, just because the way my intuition rolls, just by the way that the dice rolls, he just was like, oh, why do you think everybody's against you? just because I said you can't trust everybody. And then he was telling the Aquarius that, oh, this guy doesn't trust, this guy thinks people are out to get him. Like, he doesn't trust anyone. I'm like, bro, why? Like, in my mind, like, why are you doing that? Why are you even telling? Why are you bouncing stuff off into this Aquarius? And you know how jumpy an Aquarius. See, an Aquarius is not the type of person to communicate emotions. They simply cannot. You see, they alienate themselves from the human experience. See, because almost put it like this, it almost feels like an Aquarius gets stuck, in the emotion. They can't get themselves out. Could you imagine if somebody were to get hurt some type of way, they slip and fall on some black ice? Could you imagine the, let's say the news or the fight, the channel news, channel 6 news, or whoever pulls up, the EMS pulls up. Could you imagine an Aquarius telling everybody what happened? They'll be trying to wrestle with their words just because they don't want to sound like, oh dramatic or emotional. They'll be like, oh, because what the same thing like Sagittarius, an Aquarius would try to make, throw little jokes in there and say, oh man, this guy just, you know slipped on some ice. Hey, I guess he didn't see it coming. They might try to make somebody laugh just to hide the emotion behind, simply just caring for a person, or just being concerned and saying, "Hey, man, are you okay?" That's the hardest thing for an Aquarius to say, you guys. Just the simple damn emotion of, "Hey, man, you okay? You just seen someone slip on some ice. Hey, you all right? Need a hand?" Or just take the initiative and help them up. Not a damn Aquarius. Aquarius would be like, "Oh, oh shit. Oh, someone fell on. Damn, dude. Dude just slipped on some ice. Like, you ain't gonna go over there and help him." See, that's the hardest thing for an Aquarius. So why would a Scorpio sit there with his emotional ass and try to bounce off some opinionated type of ish to an Aquarius? Because this is the thing, Aquarius is not going to understand where you're coming from emotionally or how you feel. Anyway, talking to an Aquarius, this is how an Aquarius will chat. Okay, put it like this. This is how um an Aquarius will simply change the subject, see, and talk about something they want to talk about. Because Aquarius, that's what they do. They can totally ignore you, especially when they can't relate. See, they will change the subject and they'll make it seem like, because the only good thing about an Aquarius is the fact that they have logic. See, and they can actually make someone that is emotionally inclined feel better. See, it like they can help someone come out of the emotion. They're very good at helping people get out of the emotional, mind state or whatnot. Now, when it comes to let me see. Yeah, Cancer, you gotta watch out for. Now, yeah, definitely they'll point out your insecurities. Yeah, as Lil Johnny Boy said, because they walk around insecure. Facts. The best way is to always have something to do, and that's avoiding them. Facts. Let me see. Lil Johnny Boy said, they serious snakes will run all over you if you let them with no mercy. It's crazy that you said that too. I agree, but it's actually worse than that, because even if you don't let a Scorpio run all over you, they'll still try. See, they're very anxious and very very obsessive. So it's like if they can't get you into y- um if they can't get you into submission some way somehow, they'll just keep trying. They'll just keep trying you. They'll keep trying to like manipulate even more because Scorpio likes things that are very difficult to grasp. Or think of a Rubik cube, something that's not easily, you know, able, let's say you can't figure it out. It's not something that you could just put together quickly. Those are the things that Scorpios are attracted to. I'm gonna tell you as another example is the fact that think of it. Okay, think of a. I cannot talk for shit today. I don't know why, you guys. My words are just like just all just crumbling, just crumbled up. So bear with me, guys, as I spit this information out. Now, the thing about what I was gonna say about Scorpio, think of an energy that is very clenched. So, have you ever seen a person that walks around, biting down, and you kind of see their cheeks kind of like, squinting to where they're angry. They're actually clenching their teeth and biting down. And then it's like that agony of energy where it's like trying to get into something and trying to, get their hands on something. That's Scorpio. So Scorpio is very intense. See, so you may find a Scorpio having a hard time sitting still because a lot of times Scorpio just wants to get into something. See, and hide. See, because it's just as symbolic as a damn scorpion. So it's like they want to be in a situation where their back is against the wall and they can actually see everything, but in the dark. See, so that lets you know they want to be in a dark place. They want to get into somebody's business. They want to get in the bed with your wife where you don't see them. See, and they're doing something that is basically, sabotaging your relationship. That's how that would be something that would be entertaining to a Scorpio. See? So that's why a lot of times when they're sitting there, when they actually sit still, their mind is thinking about you and trying to get a reaction out of you. See, when it comes to Gemini and Pisces, these are the type of zodiac signs that like to they actually hunt for reactions. See, because that's something that a Gemini fine tooth combs through, reels, social media, looking for reactions, even if they're lying about whatever they're showing you. They're hoping that they're hoping that someone that they may not like responds. See, that's why, and this is true because look at Donald Trump. When he has his Twitter, man, he'll say something crazy and then just be looking for all them reactions. He gets off on the reactions. See, now the thing about it is Scorpio. Another thing is the fact that when they cringe, they can sit there with a stress ball and just be squeezing that stress ball and just thinking about all kind of evil shit. Just doing any old thing. Like I know a couple Scorpios that will sit there and play with knives and be cutting their wrist at night, bleeding and everything, just because they really want to do that. They really want to do that to somebody else, but they'll end up taking the pain and doing it to themselves. See, and trying to use the pain of which they carve into their arm and bleed out or just bleed, to just bleed. Period. They want to feel some type of pain because they get consumed in it. See, You gotta understand, a Scorpio holds on to it. They have a bad way of not letting go. So it's like, soon as they think about something and they can't get to you, let's say let's just say a Scorpio wants revenge and they can't find you. It's like, um put it like, they have a hard time of catching up with you. See, and they have this, they have that revenge, and they really really just want to get you. Man, if that Scorpio can't find you, they will start self-inflicting that pain. They'll start cutting their arm and, going to get tattoos just because they have to feel some sort of infliction, some sort of pain. And if they can't project it or use it as a weapon towards the target, they'll do it to themselves. See, they'll do it to themselves. And then what they you got to understand, when a Scorpio does something like this, think of Wolverine from the X-Men. They'll heal and then do it again. They'll heal again, then they'll do it again. And this is how they do situations. There is no stop. Okay, there is no truce. There is no solve, no problem solved to whatever the beef was. There is no ending. See, that's why I said, when you think of Scorpio, think of Freddy Krueger. See, it's almost like you dealing with somebody that is more related to like the boogeyman, somebody that has no, they want to stay in a dark place. They don't want to come out. See, unless they come out to hurt somebody. See, and then when they come out to hurt somebody, now they want to gloat, and they want to show off and make it seem like they really did something. See, because they're coming from a low vibration. Now, it's just like when you look at Aries. Aries is ruled by Mars, so Aries is more open with it. See, think of an arena where there's flames. You got the wrestler that's an Aries. He's out there showing the whole world who he is, and he's not trying to hide shit. He's coming for you headstrong. Well, think of Mars and Pluto. When it comes to Scorpio, everything is internalized. There's a hell and a war going on within Scorpio. See, to where on the outside it looks like you just see a human with a poker face, but inside is a war going on. It's hell inside, and that's why I'm trying to tell you that it's not what you think it is. Scorpio is very, 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 very intense and dangerous as hell, because that hellfire that you can't see within them, that shit could just come out. See, because of Pluto. See, and a lot of people don't pay attention to Pluto. Pluto is just as destructive, if not worse. Now, I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna get into the planets in just a little bit. Now, another thing is the fact that, let's say you are the type of person that draws a crowd. Let's just say a lot of people like you. Every time you at work, somebody comes up to you, gives you a little attention. Hey, how you doing, Pam? How you doing, Nicole? How you doing? Hey, can I get you a cup of coffee? And your Scorpio colleague, friend, loved one is sitting right there. They're gonna get jealous, even though they have absolutely no control over that. They're gonna get jealous. The problem is, Scorpio will do something to sabotage you from getting attention. They see, they can't just sit there and let shit play out. Or if something that has nothing to do with them, just stay out of it. See how Scorpio wants to get into something? They always want to get into some shit that doesn't, that 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 doesn't involve them. It's like, why are you dipping in in the Kool-Aid, and then you don't even know its flavor? It's like, what are you doing? See? Yeah, definitely, Johnny. Yeah, Very, very jealous. And see, here's the problem. The way to fix this, Pisces, is you have to give reassurance to a Scorpio early. See, but don't over explain. Don't over explain it, but you have to give reassurance early in your relationship or friendship. And I know that sounds like, man, I don't want to babysit this grown man, or hey, I don't want to babysit, but that's what you're gonna end up having to do to keep a Scorpio around. I know you guys out there, and your gals out there. I know y'all like, man, I don't wanna babysit a damn, a grown ass person, but that's what you're gonna do. It's sad that internally, as much as they hold in, it is see, inside of a Scorpio, even though they may have that hell, all that hell and turmoil going on within them, this is all happening because the Scorpio is very, 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 very vulnerable. See, and you got to understand, because what you got to ask yourself, why would Scorpio be so vulnerable? See, it's because they open themselves up too much. They open up emotionally to everything, and they let everything bother them. That is a weakness. See, it's actually more powerful and strong to stay silent and quiet like a Pisces. But no, Scorpio thinks that, oh, if I try to control everything, then they basically feel like, oh, if I can control everything, I won't feel any pain. See, but the contradiction within the Scorpio is that they actually need pain to transform. See, they can't transform just off of the mere fact of, hey, let me just work on myself, because the ego is so strong there that the ego will tell a Scorpio that, oh, there's nothing wrong with you. So that their ego will always step in. So that's the lesson that Scorpio has to learn, is that, dude, you can't. It's like, put it like this: you can look at a Scorpio, right, and they might smoke a pack of Marlboro Reds every day. This whole goddamn pack. Light them up, and you like, bro, you need to slow down on those marbles, bro. Like, you see the commercial? Like, bro, you can catch that lung cancer quicker, you smoking a pack every damn day, or 3 packs a day, man. Just slow down, Scorpio. Guess what that Scorpio is gonna do? They're gonna say some ish like, oh, well, until then, I'm gonna keep smoking my pack of cigarettes. Just don't give a damn. That's how Scorpio's attitude. You just can't. A lot of them, they just don't listen to counsel. Okay, they just don't listen to advice. So you tell them something. Hey, Scorpio, I think you should, wear protection when you sleep with others, and you get intimate. You don't really know these people. Hey, hey man, here's some rubber, Scorpio. Oh, I don't need those, because you got to understand that Scorpio, when it comes to Mars and Pluto, they attract those things. They attract diseases. They attract STDs. They attract all the illnesses, the COVID-19s and the COVID-15. All that disease and bacteria. They attract it because I'm telling you, when you try to listen, when you try to control everything, what do you think else you're gonna end up attracting to yourself? Illnesses. See, you gotta let stuff play out, and when something is not good for you, you have to let it go. So it's like, if you're digging in the trash and you come across something that's toxic, throw it away, right? Not to a Scorpio. They'll keep digging in the trash and digging in the trash, and then they'll get gangrene. They'll get all these diseases all on their arms. They'll get scabies and all that shit will be all over them. And they'll keep digging in the trash, keep digging in the trash. And then their whole face turns black. Then it's like they'll start getting bumps and all kind of shit. And they'll just keep digging in the trash and digging in the trash and digging in the trash. And then one day, it's almost like a atomic bomb just goes off within that Scorpio. And then see, the karma kicks in to where, why are you digging in the trash, dude? You're killing yourself. Then all of a sudden, what does a Scorpio say? Man, I'm tired of this. Like, no shit, Sherlock. Like, dude, you just now catching on that, hey, digging in the trash is wrong, is bad. Because they can't let go. See, they cannot let go of pain. This is the type of thing. I'm gonna tell you a true story. I knew a Scorpio that had a rotten tooth. He had rotten teeth in his mouth, right? And this stubborn motherfucker, man. I said, bro, you gotta go to the dentist. You don't want to get an infected tooth, bro. You just don't want to do it. And this man did not take no Tylenol. He had a damn infected tooth in his mouth, and he refused Tylenol. He refused all that shit. He was just stubborn. One day he came to work and he was like, bro, my mouth, man, my fucking mouth. Oh, he's just huffing and puffing and just, just sitting there. What's the word I'm looking for? Because a lot of Scorpios do this, is like they'll sit there and brood. That's the word I'm looking for. They'll brood and just sit there and just complain. You'll hear them like grunting and just complaining, like, oh man, my tooth. Oh, goddamn, my tooth. And then I'm like, bro, he went to the dentist and he didn't listen to nobody else give him any counsel or advice, right? So the dentist said, hey, you got an infected tooth and you need a root canal. It was something that he needed. I think it was a root canal. And then all of a sudden, he decided to take some Tylenol because the dentist told him so. So he felt that, he basically okay, put it like this. He didn't listen to nobody else but the damn dentist. He said, then he made us, he just sounds so freaking stupid because he's like, so I went to the dentist and yeah, she told me I had an infected tooth and said, hey, she suggested a root canal. But hey, man, she has a doctor's, she has a degree. What the hell he said, what the hell do I look like telling her something, hey, when she has more education than me? That's when I said, why does it always have to be somebody of leadership, or hey, somebody that might be higher than them? See, the problem is Scorpio, they think that they're too smart. So then when they take advice from certain people, they won't take it. But then let's say you got a damn bachelor's, or let's say you went to school for 5 years, more, they'll listen to you because they'll assume like, that you have some sort of like power leverage over them. So they'll say, oh yeah, I'll listen to you because you actually are a dentist. I'm like, bro, you could have been got that damn root canal done, bro. Why don't you just listen to somebody that didn't have a damn, you know, that wasn't an orthodontist? Like, so it doesn't make sense. And that's what Pisces tries to show Scorpios over and over, that you're only making it harder on yourself. See? Now, let me see. Okay, so the next thing is the fact they have a secretive nature. Okay. Now, these secrets are, I'm gonna tell you, Nate, it's not in your best interest, Pisces. It's not in your best interest. These type of secrets that Scorpios have are things that they hide. You see, like, and I'm gonna tell you, they hide Scorpio, excuse me, Scorpios, they hide things to control. See, they always want you to be at a disadvantage. They want you to be outside the loop. Oh, you didn't know you were going to get fired. See, you didn't know that they were going to cut down on the hours. You didn't know like certain things that you probably should know. Scorpios will keep that information from you just to have the control. See, now manipulation and control, they have to have both because in order to have control, you need manipulation. That's what keeps the control. That's what keeps the control for a Scorpio. Now, when you're a Pisces, how do you fix this? When you're dealing with a Scorpio that's not telling you anything, they or just they're not backing you up. They're leaving you outside the loop. Never ask a Scorpio for the truth. This is how you beat this. Never ask a Scorpio for the truth. It's cold-blooded. Watch their actions. See, everything is in their actions, not in what they say. So don't ask the Scorpio for the truth, and they will lose the control because their actions will show what they're hiding. It's cold-blooded. See, now the next thing is power struggles. Now, one thing about Scorpios is they always want the upper hand. We call that leverage in everything. From something that is petty, that means nothing, of the tiniest of things, all the way up to things that are intense. See, and the thing about it is the Scorpio wants the upper hand in every interaction. Oh my God. So when the CEO walks into the company, Scorpio is the wants to be the number one person to shake that person's hand and have that first interaction. See, they always want to be first. They always want to have that first interaction with somebody that is considered, hey, CEO, head honcho, just for the leverage, just for the control. Now, what you have to do when you see a Scorpio doing this, stay calm, no reaction. Even if you were, first, and they skip you just to be like, hey, how you doing, sir? And they shake the person's hand that's, hey, the CEO, the honcho, don't say nothing. Don't, just stay calm. Because Scorpio loses power when Pisces doesn't react. See, it's all in your reaction. Never forget this. Now, the next thing is stinger words. A lot of people think that Scorpios, oh, when they sting, how do they sting? Is it like a scorpion? No, it's not like a scorpion. They sting you with words. It's what they say. See, and those stinger words, they know how to hit you. Hey, they know how to hit your soft spots with those words. See, and they do it on purpose. So this could look like, hey, let's say you're always late for work. How would a Scorpio sting you? They'll say something in front of the boss like, hey, well, real, he makes his waffles at, hey, he doesn't make his breakfast soon enough, so he's always late. He's always got that heavy load on his plate every morning. And they'll say something like disrespectful and just crazy to undermine you, wearing a smile and poker face, and it's like, bro, why would you say that in front of the boss? To embarrass me. See? So that's the type of issue deal with when a Scorpio uses stinger words. Always remember they know how to hit your soft spots and they do it on purpose. Now, how to fix this? As a Pisces, you have to detach emotionally. See, when they get petty. Be- I'm telling you right now, A Scorpio will be extremely petty. Like stuff that don't even mean nothing to you. That hey, it could be something, it could be something you just don't give a damn about. A Scorpio will give a damn about it and just be petty. Petty for no reason. You shake the head honcho's hand first, and it's like you weren't even trying to be first. The first one to meet the CEO. And then a Scorpio would be like, hey, don't talk to him. He doesn't even show up on time. That's just the pettiness of what a Scorpio would say. See? Just to get that reaction out of you. See, it could be you just defending yourself. Or you trying to, stand up for yourself and be like, hey, no, that's not, hey, that's not even why, just a little reaction. See? So don't give them no reaction. Now, detach emotion when they get petty. Now, the next thing is the fact that Scorpios, they have a passive aggressive behavior to them, okay? Now, they will always plant the seed of doubt within your mind. So you cannot listen to a Scorpio giving you any advice. It's bullshit. They will tell you to do some shit that will mess you up, mess up your whole sabotage. Remember this. They will sabotage you before they ever give you any advice. I remember this one guy, okay? We were all at the workplace, and he was a Virgo. And one day, the Virgo was late, and the Scorpio was so tired of him being late. So the Scorpio, he parked his car outside a certain type of he parked his car outside a certain position to where when the Virgo pulled up, he was like put it like he was kind of obese, real big guy, and he will always park his car in this one spot. So the Scorpio, he purposely parked his car to where he basically took up like two parking spaces just to make the dude late. So he did this on purpose, and he told me like, "Hey, you look at my car. I parked. It's like, he parked and took up the two spots. So when dude, arrived to work, he couldn't park because hey, he got two spots. And if he was to try to squeeze in between the tight little spot, he wouldn't be able to open his front door and get out. And the Scorpio thought this was funny. See how evil that is? Like you got to understand that who's thinking about plotting and planning and strategizing ish before they even get to work. He already had this planned out before his shift started. That tells you that Scorpio has a lot of time on their hands to sit there and plot against people. See, cringing and squeezing a stress ball and trying to think of all kind of conniving evil shit that they can do. See, now when it comes to passive aggressive behavior, they will make you guess. See, cold blooded. Scorpio is here to uncover. See, to unsettle, because the first thing you show a Scorpio is the mask. See, you best believe a Scorpio is wearing a mask. And Scorpio will be the last person that you will guess to do something to you. Out of a group of people, that Scorpio will be the last person that you will ever think will hurt you. It's cold blooded. Because the mask is so slick and so is made a certain type of way that it's almost like they can have a baby face and look like soft as ever, but be the one shooting that shoot. They could be doing drive-by. Hey, they could be doing drive-bys every night. Boom, 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 boom. But hey, You would never think it was them because on the outside, they got a baby face, small hands. It might look soft, but hey man, you better be one. Hey, they will fool you. Put it like that. They will fool the hell out of you, and they always try to live inside of your mind rent free. See, to get in your head. So they always make you guess and guess and guess. They're very good at making people guess. See, and changing their mind, second guessing yourself. See, now in order to fix this, when you are a Pisces, do not play guessing games with Scorpio. You have to be sure and certain when you speak around a Scorpio. All that, oh man, all that pillow talking, don't do that with no damn Scorpio. Don't do the guessing games. Don't be trying to figure out, oh, who did what, because when you do all that talking and you're not sure what you're saying, a Scorpio will sit there and challenge you on every attempt. Everything you say, they'll challenge you. You best believe that a Scorpio is keeping score. Now, how do you beat this though? You have to ask Scorpio direct questions. See, and I remember when the Scorpio, see, he couldn't mess with me because everything he tried to do to other people, I saw right through it. And what I began to do is ask direct questions, and I started to put words in his mouth to get him to second guess himself. So I would say things like, "Hey, you told me I'm always late for work. So since you think I'm always late for work, then you should just start, because I was the manager. I said, well, you should just start, taking the initiative and just knocking, these certain tasks out. Because I knew he'll try to just do his own tours, thinking that he's doing me a favor. And I was like, nah, you cannot let a Scorpio know what your plans are and what's easier for you. See, because if you come to work and you say something like, oh man, I'm so tired, I didn't get no sleep. Oh, I hope the night goes smooth. Don't say that around no damn Scorpio. This is gonna be one hell of a night. They're gonna make sure. I'm gonna tell you how just, oh my God, just how evil a Scorpio hearing that, oh, you didn't get no sleep. That's the Freddy Cougar. That Freddy Cougar energy is going to surface. Oh, you didn't get no sleep last night? Oh, I'm gonna make you sleepy. See, and get your ass fired. See, that's the type of energy a Scorpio will have. You say something and they see, because they see it as weakness. Oh, you didn't get no sleep last night? Or you didn't get no sleep before work? Oh, I got a whole arsenal of shit. Hey, I'm finna make you go night night tonight. And guess what? I'm gonna take a picture of you and I'm gonna get you fired. And I know a Scorpio that did this to somebody. It was this one guy. He came to work. He was tired of shit. And he told this Scorpio, hey, man, I'm tired. I really, didn't get no sleep. I'm working 2 jobs. What do you think that Scorpio was thinking? Oh, you got 2 jobs? And I only got one? Oh, I'm jealous. Oh, I'm so jealous. You got 2 jobs and I only got one. And I'm the manager? He was the manager at the time before I became manager because he stepped down because he was being a crybaby. And see, remember I said babysitting. You're gonna be babysitting when you're dealing with a Scorpio. See? Because they gonna always be in their feelings. Now aside from that, this man told the Scorpio he had 2 jobs. And that Scorpio did everything in his power to get this man to lose one job. That to me is just evil. And just me watching, okay, me sitting there watching the Scorpio. And now I'm gonna tell you, I got a Sagittarius stellium, okay? So me watching this man sabotage this man's livelihood. Because you know what he did? He turned the heat up. Evil bastard. He turned the heat up, and then he made sure he did all the tours voluntarily. Oh, don't worry about that tour, man, because I'm gonna let you. Hey, just relax, man. I don't want you to. Hey, I don't want you to fall asleep. Hey, if the man gets some blood circulation, he will not fall asleep if he's moving around and standing up and walking around, right? He'll probably fall asleep faster sitting down with nothing to do because we were all security guards. So he turned the heat up. He said, "Hey man, don't worry about those tours. I'll take care of it." Right? This is what he did. He pretended like he was going to do tours, and he opened the door, swung the door open like he actually was like he actually walked out the door, and he waited there. Next thing you know, that man got drowsy, and then he fell asleep. Scorpio walked right in the room, pulled his phone out, recorded him sleeping at the desk, and guess what? He typed up a report. He attached that video of him sleeping to the boss. And guess what? He got him fired. He didn't have to do that. That man didn't do nothing to him. He just wanted to get his ass in something. See, that's why I said, like, he just wanted to get into something that didn't have it didn't have nothing to do with him. He was just starting shit. That's how Scorpios are. And that's why I said, like, when me watching him, it was making me want to destroy him even more. And he didn't even know I was coming for his head, fam. Like, I wasn't playing, like, I was like literally coming for his head. And I said, bro, you think you so damn slick? You think you so this and that? I said, I'm gonna destroy you. See? I'm gonna dissolve all your boundaries. Hey, I know I was saying, hey, but I was like, I'm finna destroy all your boundaries. You ain't gonna have nothing to hold on to, and your ass is grass. Like, I literally was on him like flies on shit. The minute I caught him red-handed, I typed up an email. Everything he was doing to everybody else, I used his own weaponry against him. And minute he realized that I was his enemy, oh, he didn't like it, man. He tried to sabotage me by calling off. And I did. I had one hell of a night. I was pissed. He called off, and then the power went out. And then all the employees in the facility were like, calling the office, hey, security, the lights are out. Hey. I'm like, oh, Scorpio, that's why your ass was volunteering to do everything, because I don't know how to turn the goddamn lights on. But here's the thing. Pisces is very intuitive. See, to where a Pisces can't alchemize. See, this is what Scorpio can't do. See, Pisces can step aside from the emotions and the chaotic environment and say, the power is out. So let me look in the the little phone book, and let me call who's in charge of the energy, of whatever service they use, We Energies or whatever. I made the call and I said, hey, the power is out here at Briggs and Stratton. I said, hey, the power is out. We need somebody to come out and turn the power on. Oh, I'll be right there. It was that simple. So the guy came, boom, turned the lights on. Pisces. I'm like, see, now I know how to do that if that happens again. See, Scorpio comes back. He comes back to work. He's like, oh, how did the night go last night? I said, oh, it went wonderful. I said, hey, it was so good without you being here. I said, hey man, hey, I look forward to working by myself. Hey, don't even come to work. He was like, yeah, no, my stomach was hurting. Yeah, I wasn't coming in. I wasn't gonna come in. He's like, hey, I'm sorry for leaving you by yourself. I said, oh, you didn't leave me by yourself. Hey, you didn't leave me by myself. You did me a favor. Because I said, look, that's your paycheck. That's your paycheck that's gonna be missing some money on it. I said, hey, I'm Gucci. Cause I said, you know what? You didn't hurt me. And that's the thing. Cause I'm like, I already knew he called off because he was trying to spite me. You see? He wanted me to do everything and be all frazzled and like, nah, bro. Nah. See, he didn't know me because I never showed him how assertive I was. I never showed him my power. I never showed him what I'm made of. I always acted like, oh, all quiet around him to where he would never expect me to actually take the initiative. Cause I was just being manipulative right back. I said, oh, you could go ahead and volunteer and do all the work. So then one day he said, man, you know what? I'm going to step down. I don't want to be manager anymore. He was like, I'm not going to do it for this pay rate. I'm stepping down. And I never showed interest in being a manager, right? So as soon as he stepped down, I wrote an email to the boss and I showed interest in the position. And he said, hey, man, you want to do it? You want to be manager? These are the shifts and whoop de whoop de woo, and here's the pay rate. I said, oh, thanks. But I didn't tell the Scorpio. I didn't tell the Scorpio ish. The minute the Scorpio found out that I took his position, because he gave it up, oh, all hell broke loose. He had a sad face on his face. And me, I matched his energy and I was doing that Freddy Krueger face right back at him, like, oh, you don't like that, do you? Yeah, I'm the boss now. Yeah, I got the authority now. Now I'm finna really, hey, I'm on your, hey, that's how I was looking at the Scorpio. Like now, tables have turned. Now I got the authority now. See, because I got Sagittarius stellium. So once I had that, I'm like, oh, now you an easy target now. See, so then I start setting up shop to get him fired. Now, how all of this played out, you guys, when it was me and the Scorpio, we took each other out. I have rising Scorpio. I have Pluto in the 12th house as well. And I have Pluto in the 8th house. I have Pluto in the 8th house retrograde. So y'all already know, man, this is why I got this channel. So I'm like, man, we went blow for blow and we both ended up, hey, soon as I got fired, he quit. So I was like, why did he quit? To me, what you quit for? He quit because I'm telling you one thing about Scorpio. He had something to do with me getting fired. So when basically what happened was when he got me fired, he quit. But I knew he was going to quit because put it like this. I had a vision. And you guys are going to be like, dude, you are crazy as hell. Y'all going to be saying it like, man, how does this stuff be happening to you? I don't know, you guys. I think I have a prophetic gift. And see, what happened was I had a vision that there was a bomb going. Somebody planted a bomb in the building, okay? And the Gemini in the Scorpio were the ones that planted that. They were the ones that planted the bomb, okay? They put a timer on the bomb. And it was like an evacuation. Everybody was running out screaming. And I was running, and it was like a gate, and it was locked. and I couldn't get out, and I started panicking like, oh man, what the hell going on? I was trying to defuse the bomb. But in the end, I was running and I got to the timer and I was trying to shut it off, and the whole bomb exploded and it hit me and everybody in that whole damn building. But after the bomb went off, I survived. I got up and I was like burned up and I could feel the heat, but I didn't get destroyed though. See? So he did though. See? Now, that was a vision. So I take that as him getting me fired was like setting a bomb, okay? Putting a timer on the bomb. And the whole thing played out like this. When I got fired, he got burned too. he quit. See, he quit because listen, remember I said what Pisces brings on the past lives brings on karma. See, if you hurt a Pisces, you're gonna hurt yourself. See, you're gonna hurt yourself, and you when you hurt a Pisces, I'm talking about, man, that karma hit like it that karma, it hits like you getting your paycheck on the first. Man, ain't nothing like getting getting them food stamps on the first, man. That's how that karma hit from a Pisces, man. So when you hurt a Pisces, it instantly comes back like a boomerang. You can't, you hurt a Pisces, you ain't gonna even feel right. You ain't gonna feel right the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. You gonna be like, man, why I do that to that Pisces? I ain't going back to work. I quit. Because it can't go back and face and think you can't, you're not gonna be the same. That shit's gonna haunt you. See? Now, the next thing is obsession. Scorpios are, like I say, very obsessive over things. Think of think of that adult magazine. See, where a Scorpio just can't, they cannot just forget about the whole magazine. They keep picking it up, looking at it, and they keep doing it over and over. Obsession. Now, this obsession, it becomes intense. So they could become too intense or possessive over anything. This now in relationships, this is the worst thing because a Scorpio, he would actually keep clinging back to his ex. See, as if there's no more women out there. He'll want to always go back to his ex, always holding on, trying to, keep his grip on the situation, control. Now, think of, Ike and Tina. So it's almost like Ike, he was always beating on Tina. It's like, but he still loved her. It's this just weird type of passion he had. Like putting his hands on her, but then he still wants to be with her. Weird shit. And then that's how Scorpios are. Now, in order to fix this, you just have to create space early. See, so that they don't attach too fast. That's why Scorpios, they can't do this with Pisces women. See, because best believe a Pisces woman is not going to be just going along with everything that the Scorpio suggests, or she's not going to spend a night at a Scorpio's house just because he says so. She's not the type of woman that's just gonna go, just kind of airheaded and just, easy. No. Now, don't attach too fast. If you feel that you may have failed for it, don't attach too fast. Because Scorpio's always keeping score. Now, the next one I have is the problem, okay, going into the whole trust aspect is going into the whole the whole trust aspect. Scorpios They will test your loyalty constantly. See, because they never believe that you are who you say you are. They are wearing a mask and they think that you are too. See, Scorpios are always hiding something. So they think you're doing it too. They never believe that, oh, they never believe that you're just this, that you just are who you are. Okay. They always think you're hiding something. They always think you're trying to do something to them. They very, paranoid around people, because I'm telling you, that's how they are. That's how they are. See, they don't trust themselves. So they're not going to trust you. Now, how do you know that they are testing your loyalty constantly? Well, they will push your buttons, okay, to see your reaction. And they are good at pissing people off. But, well, okay, so then another thing is the fact, when it comes to how to fix this, you have to stay consistent, you guys. Don't react to every little thing that a Scorpio does to test you. See? Now, the next thing is revenge mindset. Like I said, a Scorpio doesn't let go of things, so they will hold on to things. And a lot of times they will struggle with forgiveness. So they will have the revenge mindset. Always remember that a Scorpio gets even. See, even years later. So if you did something to a Scorpio and they haven't attacked yet, best believe the next time they see you, they're going to be on that. Okay. How to fix this is that you have to exit the situation when their energy shifts. See, because they cannot hide how they feel, you guys. So if you made them cry, you embarrassed them, or made them feel some type of way, they cannot hide and they can't sugarcoat the agony and the anger behind it, or the embarrassment that they felt around you. They will actually have a frown on their face. They will show it. See, they can't hide how they feel. Now, we're going to talk about Gemini. Okay, Gemini, the 10 worst traits, okay? So Pisces, watch out now, is inconsistent attention. See? So when you're dealing with a Gemini, this goes for man and female, just like Scorpio, it was the man and the woman. It applies to both. So continuing on with Gemini, inconsistent attention. What this looks like is one day they love you and the next day they ghost you. Get used to it. This is Gemini. They don't allow people to get close to them, okay? Think of them as a butterfly with two heads, two faces. See? So how to fix this, you guys, especially if you are Pisces, is don't chase them when they do this. Let them come to you. Now, the next thing is the fact that Geminis, they have two-faced behavior. They can't help it. This is something that's done naturally. Geminis can switch personas on the dime. See, depending on who's around, they're going to act different. How they talk to you is not how they're going to talk to the next person and the next person and the next person. That behavior will be different among all of you, okay? Now, how do you fix this? When you are a Pisces, you have to watch what they say. See, when you're not there, see, you have to watch you have to watch what they say when you're not there. So always have someone watching and say, "Hey, I'm about to walk out the room. Watch them. See what they say when I'm not here." That's how you get it. That's cold-blooded. Now, when it comes to the next thing, Gemini, is that they talk too damn much. Gemini is the type of sign that just won't shut the hell up. Just talk, 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 talk. Just this all they do. So with that being said, they are prone to oversharing, gossiping, and just revealing things that they shouldn't. See, they can't hold water. They're not a water sign. Don't expect them to. Now, how to fix this as a Pisces is don't tell them your biggest secrets. Never do this. You best believe if you do so, they're going to tell it all to the wrong people. Now, the next thing is that Geminis are prone to mental manipulation. See, mental manipulation, where Scorpio is prone to emotional manipulation. So with Gemini, they will twist the conversation fast. And you have to watch this because if you're not witty enough, you will be left behind and lost and confused. And see, when you're dealing with the Gemini to fix the situation, you have to respond slowly. See, don't argue emotionally with them because it's not going to work. Now, the next thing is that Geminis, they they carry flaky behavior. See, plans they get changed on the dime. The plans change every 12 minutes. You guys have booked a trip to Cancun, and then 12 minutes later, oh, how about we go to Wisconsin? Why don't we go to the Dells? Yeah, let's go to the Dells. Like, wait a minute, I thought we were going to Cancun. The Gemini just flipped, they just changed their mind on a dime. So if you guys go through the front door and the Gemini is like, yeah, let's go through the front. They're gonna give us tickets early. You best believe that Gemini 12 minutes later, they're talking about going through the back door. See, they're not gonna be with the program, in other words. Now, the next thing is to fix this, you guys, when they do this, low with them. Now, the next thing is the fact that Geminis, they have a lack of emotional depth, okay? So a Pisces when you're a Pisces, you might feel alone emotionally when dealing with a Gemini. See, you will feel as though they don't understand you when you speak. Anything related to the emotional realm of things, a Gemini will not meet you there, okay? And when it comes to fixing this, do not expect empathy from them. See, expect logic, not empathy. Now, another thing about Geminis is they have an impulsiveness to them, okay? Very impulsive. So, what does this mean? Geminis, they act before thinking. See? So, how to fix this is that you have to slow the conversation down when you're talking to them. Even say it to them. Hey, Gemini, slow the fuck down. You're talking too fast. And do not match their speed when they are talking too fast. See? Now, the next thing is that Geminis, they love attention. So they feed off of validation from multiple people because they lack identity. See, identity comes from emotions. Now, how to fix this when you're around a Gemini that loves attention? Stay grounded. See, and avoid jealousy games when you're dealing with them. See, now the next thing I have is Geminis, they love to test your intelligence, okay? So this is like playing Jeopardy. Now, the thing about Geminis, they want to see if you can keep up with them. See? And you know how when you play Jeopardy or you watch it on TV, It's like, oh, the words, the little symbols turn and you got to guess the word. Well, guess what? A Gemini will do that to you. See how quick you respond to things. Play the mental mind games with you just to see if you're slow or, hey, just to see if you can keep up. And see how to fix this. All you got to do is show your intuition. See, you show your intuition, not emotions. See, it's cold blooded because that's the thing they lack. They don't have the intuition like Pisces does. So use that as a superpower. Now, the next thing I have is the fact that Geminis, they're hard to pin down. So you never really know what they really want. It's cold blooded. You never know what a Gemini wants. And see how you fix this is you have to ask direct questions. See, and you have to look for patterns because they are the shapeshifter. See, you cannot rely on their words. That will keep you from getting hurt by a Gemini, you guys. Can't rely on their words. Now, who is worse for Pisces? Who is worse for Pisces? In the chat, who is worse for the Pisces when it comes to Scorpio and Gemini? Which one would you rather have? As a friend, as a girlfriend, if you're a woman, as a boyfriend, marriage? Which one? Which one is the worst for Pisces? Hey, put your guess in the chat. I'm gonna tell you who it is. And y'all are gonna be very, very surprised. Misty, why you say Gemini? See, she said Gemini. Yup, Sino said Scorpio. Now I'm gonna tell y'all who is the worst. Who is the worst for Pisces? It is Scorpio. Scorpio is the most dangerous enemy for Pisces. It's cold blooded, you guys. I know a lot of people will say, "Why? Why? I thought it would be, I thought it would be Gemini. Like, why is it? Why is it Scorpio?" Scorpio is way more deadlier, more sneakier, more manipulative, more conniving, just dangerous. See, more dangerous as an enemy for Pisces than Gemini. Now, I'm gonna tell you why. Scorpios. Now, I'm gonna tell you these are the dangerous traits with Scorpio. I'm telling you why. Here, they can hide their motives like no other. And that goes to why they are doing what they are doing. The next reason is the fact that their anger goes deep. This is not it. Hey, this is intense. This is on a whole nother level where it is considered rage, where crying becomes screaming and clenching of teeth into, breaking, punching holes in the wall, that type of anger. And see, the next thing is the fact they know how to sting people emotionally. They know how to hurt you. Now, the next one I have is that they see Pisces softness as weakness. Scorpio would never agree with you, Pisces, on how you use your empathy, how you hold the door open to let people inside, how you say thank you, how you cook meals for the needy, how you help people out, how you give rides to others, how you give up your spot and let other people sit or have, eat first or anything of kind gestures. A Scorpio will always look at your softness, Pisces, as weakness. And see, their jealousy, it could get very dark. Very, very dark. And you will have no idea what they're jealous about. You wouldn't know what jealousy was until you see a Scorpio jealous. So it's very, very dark there. And on top of that, Scorpios, they will plot quietly. It's cold-blooded. They're not loud with it. They're not making any noise. That's the most dangerous right there. See? Now, yeah, definitely, Elliot said, yeah, definitely you right about that, Elliot, though. That's where they like to be, in a dark place. No, hey, no Diddy, but hey, Diddy is a damn Scorpio, so you know how he like it. See? Now, but here's the thing. Who do you think causes Pisces more chaos? Scorpio or Gemini? In the chat, let me know. And I'm gonna tell you who causes more chaos. Johnny says Scorpio. Why you say Scorpio, Johnny? Now I'm gonna say this. Yacino said Gemini. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all who causes more chaos for Pisces. The answer is Gemini. Now, that was an easier one because Mercury, you guys. Now, Geminis, they bring confusion. They are the authors of confusion. See? And inconsistency and mixed signals. When they make a left turn, they want to go right. When they make a right turn, they want to go left. See? But here's the thing. But Scorpio brings emotional pain and spiritual conflict to Pisces. This is crazy because even if you use a spiritual advice, or you try to just, even if you keep it to yourself, it will come out. When you're combating, talking to, it doesn't matter what your association is with that Scorpio. You will feel as though something is making you expose everything. Like me, when I was going up against, and just sharing my story, when I was going up against Scorpio, I'm talking about, it felt like he was just throwing Molotovs and just bombs and just, I'm talking about literally, I almost had a stroke at work. That's how bad it got, you guys. I almost had a damn stroke on the job. Because it was like everything he was doing was just so, I couldn't even imagine how he would do people, and comparing myself to him, and just looking at like, damn, this person has no like care for anybody. And I was just like, damn, how could a person be like that? And it was just like, every time I would leave from it, I was getting stressed and just feeling like, man, I don't want to work with this dude. But I didn't want to run from the situation. I was like, I'd rather just be, give him a hard time. Hopefully he'll quit. But what I began to notice is that I can't fight this man with, trying to outsmart him and trying to do things. But what I did, and how I ended up getting the strength back and tighten my boots up, and I had to use the suits. See, yes, the suits. I know you guys are like, what? The suits? What do you mean? You put on a different suit to 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 combat the Scorpio, no, this is the suits is it's in the mind. See, I have moon in Aquarius, so I had to take a step back from the Scorpio and everything he was doing and apply the suits when it comes to the attire of a representative. See, because an illusion always outweighs a facade. So what I did was I drew the illusion that I was weak. See, and me projecting that weakness onto him, it made him weaker. See, so what I started to do was I started acting like I was just overwhelmed. Even though I was overwhelmed, I just started acting weak. See, as soon as I started acting weak around him, he started showing his hands. See, and then I said, okay, he's starting to ask me if I want something to drink. Now he's trying to like, hey, he's trying to pay off some guilt or just trying to be cool with me. So I said, nah, it's better that if I stay spontaneous and he doesn't know what I'm actually thinking because I'm not showing no emotion and I'm not showing anything. Guess what I used and it destroyed him? I'm gonna tell you what it was. Cause I said, you know what? Nothing's working. Everything that I throw at this guy, he literally melts it. I'm like, what the hell can I do? I'm gonna tell y'all what I did. What do y'all think I did in the chat that completely destroyed that Scorpio? It's easy. It's easy as one, two, three. What y'all think I did? I'm gonna tell y'all what I did. I did nothing. I gave this man the silence of the lambs. I was so silent around him, I didn't say anything. I refused to talk to him. I let him just sit in the dark, no conversation on any of our shifts, nothing. If it wasn't if it wasn't about the job, I didn't say anything. No engaging, no engaging and talking and small talking. I took that right away from him. Because he said he had strong will. So I said, okay, since you got strong will, guess what? I have free will. And I don't have to talk to you. Actually, I don't get paid to talk to you. So guess what? I'm going to be I'm going to be sitting at work, silent and not saying anything. And then I'm going to tell you what I did. I put on a fireplace. Remember I said the illusion always outweighs a facade. On my desk in my office at the time, I put the fireplace actually burning on my cell phone and I had it facing him. See? And I had it facing him because that was me projecting where his detriment is going to be. Burning in hell. Had it facing him with that fire every night. Every goddamn night working with him. I had that damn imagery of that YouTube video of the fireplace burning, and I had it sitting on the desk. And I said, you know what? I ain't saying a goddamn thing to this dude. Not talking to him ever again. He lost that right. I'm gonna tell you how silence it once you feel a person that okay, put it like this. Just as well as you were volunteering, my friend, to do things for me, why do I'm gonna put it like this? If I stop talking to you, if I stop feeding you my energy, you won't have any energy, my friend. You won't have any energy to feed off of. So I didn't give him no energy. Let me tell you what it did to that scorpion. I starved him. He had nothing to eat up, no energy to come up off of. And I'm tell you what he did. He didn't even want to come to work. He didn't want to work with me. I'm gonna tell y'all, it felt so goddamn good to hear this man. I heard this man say, you know what? Is there any spots open on second shift? I was like, yes. Whoo! I was like, what? This man wants to run from me? Oh, no, no, no. I was like, nah, you can't run from me, buddy. You ain't going nowhere. You know what I told the boss? I said, why do you want to go to second shift? I said, I think you're one of my best workers, man. You're one of the best workers on third shift, man. Why do you want to go to second shift? See, false flattery. See? False flattery. I said, yo, man, why you want to go to second shift? You just want to leave me? And then he fell for it. And then I went right back to ignoring his ass again. I'm like, you fell for it now. Oh, you didn't change your mind. And now you want to stay on third shift. And then I went back to ignoring his ass. Didn't talk to him, didn't say nothing. Then I got fired on my day off. And I said, I got ready for work. I'm like, okay, I gotta go to work. My off days are over. They called me and said, do not come in today. Do not never show up on the premises. So I got to that Scorpio by ignoring him. See, he concocted something and got me fired, and then he quit. He quit because of the silence. See, that silence was killing him. It was getting to him so tough. Because when I looked at him, as a Piscean, when they say they be saying us Pisces we crazy. They be like, yo, when a Pisces get the Piscean, oh, you don't want that to happen. So when I looked at him just to check his temperature, I'm like, let me see how he's feeling. I looked at his face and I said, he was pissed. He was like, and then I laughed and then I got quiet again. And then see, that killed him because when I started laughing, he was like, and then after I stopped laughing, I just went back quiet. That killed him right there. See? Because he thought that was going to be an interaction. So my advice to you Pisces out there dealing with somebody, if you're working with a hell of a boss or working with a hell of a coworker that's like this, just ignore their ass, man. You don't have to talk to them. If it's not about the job or whatever you're there for, don't say nothing. Don't even engage. Because the silence of when a Pisces, remember I said, when a Pisces goes quiet, it's going to feel like a prison sentence for that person. See? I'm fogging the windows up because it's 20 degrees out. It's 20 degrees outside. Now, here's the thing. How should a Pisces handle a Scorpio? Okay. And I'm gonna tell you, number one thing is to stay calm. No reaction. Okay. Don't reveal everything that you feel to a Scorpio. Just simply don't do it. Don't react to their tests or their mind games. Do not play or react to nothing that they say. Okay. Keep strong boundaries. Oh my God, you guys, there's a cat. A cat decided to come on this damn live. That's crazy. See, that's energy right there. That means something. That cat just came out of nowhere. Like, damn, all this parking lot, you want to come by me? Weird, right? But it's not. It means something. Now, like I said, keep strong boundaries when you are around a Scorpio. Do not let them lead emotionally. It's going to be a train wreck. Do not do it. The next thing, Pull back when the energy shifts. When it don't feel right no more, leave. If you and that Scorpio, y'all was jiving and laughing and having a good time. Next you know, it gets all quiet and awkward. You don't feel the energy shift. Leave. Don't stay to find out later. Cause that Scorpio, when they go quiet, they on some bullshit. Just know that. Another thing is pull back. So how should a Pisces handle a Gemini? Don't take anything personal when you're dealing with a Gemini, Pisces. Don't take nothing personal. From what they say, what they do, from hitting the left signal and going right, hitting the right signal and going left. Don't take it personal. Communicate simply. Don't try to match their energy in, try to match their intellect and using big words and trying to sound smart. Don't do it. Don't fall for it. Don't try to make it seem like, oh, I gotta talk like them to keep up. Don't fall for it. Another thing, do not overgive. Do not overgive with the Gemini, from information to doing favors, for none of that. Do not do none of that. Don't chase them. They talk to you on Monday, and then they ignore you on Tuesday, and then they want to talk to you again on Wednesday. Don't chase them. See, it's better if they talk to you first anyway. If they don't say shit, then don't. Hey, it's cool. Don't chase them. Next thing is give them mental stimulation, not emotional sensitivity. It's cold blooded. And lastly, let them wonder for once. Let them wonder for once. See, you don't just give them attention just because they're looking for it. Now, when it comes to Pisces, whether you're a Scorpio, Gemini, both sides can be dangerous for Pisces. See, it's just that Scorpio is more dangerous. Now, that's if you're not grounded. See, if you grounded, ain't none of this stuff gonna bother you. But if you're not grounded, you're gonna have a toughest time with these two signs, especially if you're a Pisces. Now, hey, drop your sign below. I just hope everybody takes this information with a grain of salt. I put a disclaimer that, hey, I'm not saying, oh, it's every Scorpio, but it is majority of them. Okay, it's a lot of Scorpios that they behave different. Hey, you might have a friend, loved one, or hey, a spouse that's a Scorpio, and they might not do any of this. See, for those that it resonate with, it's for you. And if it don't, hey, if you feel like, hey, this ain't got nothing to do with your situation, then it just don't. So like, comment, share, subscribe. Y'all tune in for the next one. I'm gonna do the hidden enemies series as well. That's coming up too. And I'm gonna drop a video tonight because I got one that I have to edit. So I'm gonna upload that. So I love y'all. Catch y'all next one. Be good out there. And hey, just be careful on them Scorpios and them Geminis, all right? Like, comment, share, subscribe. Catch y'all next one. Peace out.